Hello and welcome back to the Irresponsible Comic Book Podcast. Today we are here talking about the multiverse. Did you know that this is Earth 617?
No, I did not.
We're not the prime Earth, and on another Earth, we're all rich and famous, and you guys are
True.
watching us in millions, and we're not, we have to wait a couple more years for that in this universe, but we'll get there.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Yeah.
we're here to talk about the multiverse from DC and from Marvel. With
Question.
Okay, go for it.
What universe are we millionaires in?
616. That's
Yeah.
like the standard.
Oh, okay.
for-
So we
yeah.
just gotta have to figure out our way to win pool this and
Yes,
okay.
There you go.
pretty much. Yeah,
We'll figure something out.
we're pretty close. We'll get there. We're about like a year and 3 months off projections from millionaire status, and then
Yeah.
millions of views status. So we'll get there. I'm not worried about it, but
I was
we
just gonna say like we could just go kill ourselves in the 616 and take over them.
Bro, we could actually we could. No one knows the
the
difference.
audacity of this man is is out of this world, literally.
Look, I will vouch for. I will help him. I will, I will slowly.
I have no qualms with killing myself.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that
I have some.
mean,
I have some bad blood with myself. I have some beef.
It'll be the age-old trick saying, I'm just gonna kill myself, and then boom, see? I did.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
wait,
Is that really?
You seem
Isn't that
like a
really
whole
stuff?
new person today. What's up with your attitude?
oh nothing. Nothing at all.
It's not
Nothing.
self-harm. It's not really self-harm if you hurt someone that looks exactly like you.
We're towing some weird lines here. This is a bad intro idea. I thought it'd be funny, and here we are.
I'll help you. I'll
You
grab
brought
my
the
bat.
Aaron Judge bat.
I'll go
No,
to the back.
it's still a good intro. Still
Oh,
a good
okay.
intro.
Well, we're gonna keep it anyways. I didn't-
I feel like a lot of people were on my same wavelength.
Yeah, I would hope
They're
so.
like
I
yeah.
was. Anyways, so today we're going to talk a little bit about some Spider-Man No Way Home news. We're going to talk a little bit about Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness. We're going to talk a little bit about
Yep.
DC's The Flashpoint movie and how that ties into the Joker and Joker 2 and the Batman movie that they're doing with Robert Pattinson. And it's very complicated and very weird. We have a lot to cover actually today, sort of.
Yeah.
But our first segment is going to be bold predictions.
Oh.
And these are going to be casting predictions for No Way Home and people we think we may or may not be in it. I've come up with a list of people here. The reason we are doing this is just a day or two ago, Kirsten Dunst was apparently listed on IMDb as returning for Mary Jane. I haven't seen a screenshot. It was reported by some news site that isn't super credible, but if it's true, that opens a lot of doors, and so we're just gonna
Go with the flow.
open the floodgates, basically.
There you
go
go.
with the flow. And so we are just gonna go through this list, and then I'm gonna have you guys answer literally just yes or no whether or not you think they'll be in the movie. And if you don't know who it is, I'll explain it as well if you need it.
Yeah.
So obviously first, Kirsten Dunst. I think that because she was listed, it's a solid yes.
I actually think it's a no.
Really?
Ooh.
Okay. We can explain.
I think it was a
little,
troll.
too. Really? You think
Yeah.
somebody lined in?
Yeah, I think somebody just kind of like made like a fake IMBD like on
Yeah.
their screenshots and then put in Kirsten Dunst and like screenshot it and it was like, hey, look, guys,
And
Like,
send it
there
to,
she
like,
is.
some
Like,
news
the-
site that
it's
is incredible.
it's leaked, like that Kirsten Dunst is on, like you
Yeah,
know. So
I could see
Yeah.
that happening easily. Okay, what about you, William? Unless you have
I'm
more
gonna
to
say-
add to that.
Dylan, you don't have anything more to add, right?
no, you're good.
Okay, okay.
Okay. I'm gonna say yes on this one because I think it could be true. It's been a long time we haven't seen her in the movie screen per se. She could be a
Yeah.
much older, per se Mary Jane, or they could just CGI her to make like her pretty young from what they did
Yeah.
with the Spider-Man movies for her. But yeah,
Yeah.
it could be a surprise twist. But I could also be with Dylan as well, saying that it could be a troll as well. It could be just faked or whatever.
Yeah.
Nothing has been confirmed. No one did go to her Twitter or to her Facebook or to IG saying,
Yeah.
"Hey, are you in this movie?" Nothing like
Yeah. That's true.
nothing. So yeah.
All right. Well, then if you think no on this one, this second one is probably very also likely no. How do we feel about Bryce Dallas Howard returning?
Who is
She played Gwen Stacy in the
Ah,
original
okay.
Spider-Man series, and it's funny. There's like I don't know. I think I saw a meme, or I like thought of it as a potential meme. They've like Kirsten Dunst is a naturally blonde, and
Yeah,
Bryce
she's a
Dallas
natural
Howard is a
redhead.
natural redhead, and then they swapped
Yeah.
in the movies. I don't know if that's
Yeah.
been a meme or, but I like saw pictures of them. I was like, wait a minute, this is a little weird.
And
What do we think about Bryce Dallas Howard returning?
I would again say no.
Okay, that's fair. I would
Reese-
say it's less likely for her to return.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it would be nice to see her come back, but you know.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna see any Gwen Stacy. It's going to be Emma Stone somehow.
Yeah, well, we'll
Yeah.
get to that. Yeah. Okay, that's fair. Okay, so then next up, I have Topher Grace.
Who he played?
Topher
Yeah.
Grace played.
No, he was Venom in
He
number
played
3.
Venom in
Oh,
Spider-Man
oh, thank
3.
no.
Okay, then how
You got-
about how about Tom Hardy?
Tom Hardy, maybe. Like,
Yeah.
but he would probably just be like in the background somewhere. Like, I don't see him being like a prominent role.
Yeah, I would say a cameo. If anything, I would say yes and a cameo. I want to see. I think they have to tie it in. It's a
Well,
multiverse story.
well, yeah, it is possible because it looks like he does. Like if we're gonna go a little bit off track here, Tom Hardy
Yeah.
does look like he goes to New York for a little bit to like
Yeah.
to what was it, Raventhorn or Ravencroft?
Raven-
What it was called?
Ravencroft.
Yeah, Ravencroft.
Yeah, which is located in New York, is where they get most of the potential of the Sinister Six in the Amazing Spider-Man movie
Yeah.
series.
Yeah. Well, I think that there's a very good chance. I think Dylan, you came up with the theory for like. I don't want to spoil it if you still are gonna do the video, where you thought about like the post-credit scene of No Way Home, and
Oh, yeah.
do you want to talk about that at all?
Yeah,
So I think the post-credit scene of No Way Home, and the reason why it's going to be called No Way Home, essentially, is that as the big bad, who we now know who it is, we'll talk about that later.
Yep.
Is getting sealed up by Doctor Strange. Other portals of different multiverses or universes are opened as well, and
Yep.
we see either Venom or Carnage tentacles come out and capture Tom Holland
And
or
drag
our
him,
Spider-Man and drag him into that universe.
Yep. and then he would not have a way to get home, which would make sense for the title of the film. And
yeah,
it
No
wouldn't.
Way Home.
It would either like be the last little bit of the movie after they've defeated their whoever they're fighting in this episode or whatever's going
Yeah.
on, and then like they have
Yeah.
this little celebration, and then immediately, there's no rest for the the wicked,
Yeah.
Well,
So-
that could even like if that's like the last bits of the scene, or like I guess like the climactic finish, and then the end of the movie
Yeah.
would be Spider-Man in the I can't speak. The New York,
You-
his New York.
It's a lot. It's a
Trying
mouthful.
to
That's like a tongue twister.
trying to like figure out how he's gonna even survive.
Yeah.
And then
True.
he potentially finds his aunt or like a Aunt May,
Yeah.
and that Peter Parker had already died,
Yeah,
Okay.
just
and then he just kind of takes that role.
kind of like what we saw in Edge of the Spider-Verse.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so then that brings up some good points. So there's a couple other people that I have on this list that I think that makes sense. I think we can talk about this a little bit more actually when we get to the end of the list. So next person I
Yep.
have on there is Joe. I'm not gonna roll the clip of me mispronouncing it. Joe Manganiello,
Ooh.
because I use this. I feel like I have dyslexia too, because I just literally read his name all the time as Mangelio, and I don't know why. Anyways, Joe Manganiello, he played Flash Thompson. It would be
Yep.
Agent Venom in in a future. I don't know. What do we think?
I'm gonna say no.
No, I think he's
He
too
already
busy.
said that he wants to do something more prominent in the
Yep.
Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Yeah, there was an interview that he had done like a month ago, probably, where he said that. So.
And I don't feel like Agent Venom is a prominent role that you would want.
No, I don't think that that's
Yeah,
something.
plus
I think it's something that a
plus
younger him was interested in, and not anymore, really.
true.
Well, he
Yeah, I'm
wants
gonna
to do Deathstroke. Like that's what he wants to do.
Yeah, he wants to be
So.
Deathstroke.
Yeah, probably, yeah. I mean, he could probably be a young Deathstroke, maybe.
Well, he was
is. Yeah,
Deathstroke
he
in
is.
the
in the
in the
Snyder Cut.
Snyderverse.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I don't see him coming back as Flash Thompson at all. It just wouldn't
No.
make sense. Actually, I'm going to tie in this point that I had earlier that I wanted to make. I think that they could bring back some of these characters, kind of like what they've done in the Flash. Specifically, I don't know why it makes sense to me but it's like a multiverse story where like you bring back somebody like the former Barry Allen, John Wesley Shipp, and have him play Jay Garrick or Henry Allen, his father.
Yeah.
They could do something like that with even this next person that I'm going to bring up, Thomas Hayden Church, who played Sandman, the actor that played Uncle Ben in the original Spider-Man films, like the original trilogy, the Raimi trilogy. He played Sandman. He could easily come back as like Uncle Ben in this new New York as like a redemption.
I
think he's going to be playing Sandman.
You think he's gonna play Sandman? You think he'll be in it?
So I think he'll come back. He probably won't be in Spider-Man.
Yeah.
But there's a chance that he gets shown in
the Portals,
Multiverse of Madness.
Oh, interesting.
Because that's actually directed by Sam Raimi.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And Sandman is literally his favorite character.
Yeah. Sandman's
so there's like, if we see him reprise any role, it's going to be reprising himself as Sandman.
Yeah. Well, I think the Sandman was probably my favorite character from Spider-Man 3. Like by far.
He was better than Topher Grace.
Yeah, no, he's a better villain than Topher Grace. I mean,
definitely.
Like,
anybody is better than Topher Grace in that Venom.
And better than James Franco.
Yeah, James Franco had a good arc, sort of, in the last film, but I think that I don't know. I just really like Sandman.
Also, I hope you don't have James Franco on that list.
Nope, he's not on the list.
Okay, because he's not going to be anywhere near the movie.
He's not going to be in any movies anytime soon, it doesn't look like. So
yeah.
I wonder why.
Yeah, we know why. Anyways, next we have some heavy hitters back to back. Tobey Maguire. Do we see Tobey Maguire? This one we can talk about for a little while because I think that he is. There's the voice actor. I think we haven't talked about it yet, but there's an article that came out with the voice actor for the Spanish dubs, who was doing Peter Parker, essentially Tobey Maguire, his voice for the Spanish dub films that is coming back, who openly admitted to being in it's not in Multiverse of Madness, or was it No Way Home?
I
think it was No Way Home. I could see him popping up in Multiverse of Madness as well, but No Way Home at least he's gonna be in because the voice actor is confirmed to come back, and they wouldn't bring a specific voice actor that played a big character like this unless they were gonna do that. That's
it's possible, but they can still use the Spanish voice just to record the Spanish version of the whole movie.
Yeah, but like it just makes sense that like the guy who has the same voice in the Spanish version would be playing the same character. So if they're gonna bring back, Toby, which it seems like they're probably gonna do with him and Andrew, which is the next person we'll talk about, that like they're both gonna be there, and that kind of confirms it indirectly to me.
So I think they might bring back Toby. And if they don't, then the easy way to figure that out is that they only use his voice lines.
Yeah, and also that he would be the dead Spider-Man in this new New York that Tom Holland's replacing.
Mm-hmm.
He would be the dead version of Tobey Maguire, which would be I don't know. I could, if they didn't actually bring him back, which I think they will, but at least his voice. And then going on to Andrew Garfield. Have you guys seen the interview that he did a couple days ago?
I didn't see the interview, but I did read some things that he's like completely adamant about not being in the movie.
Yeah, I know. The way he says it is, it just proves that he's in it. It's such a fucking lie. I just the way he's like talking about it, he's like, yeah, well, like I haven't gotten a call or anything.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like a great idea or whatever, but like, and you could just tell he's like trying to bullshit it. It's like who's the actor that's playing Kang the Conqueror? Jonathan. What's his name?
Jonathan
something.
I can't remember.
There was like an interview that he did with like Jimmy Fallon. Where he like completely denied being Kang or in the MCU. Let's see, what's his name? Jonathan
Majors.
He was doing an interview with Jimmy, and he was like just trying to deny that he was playing, you know, the character. Jonathan Majors, Jimmy Fallon.
Yeah, and then then they were like, no, he's King the Conqueror. He's gonna be like Ant-Man and the Wasp. Like everybody already figured it out.
11 times actors lied about casting rumors. Jonathan Majors. In September of 2020, Jonathan Majors was asked by Jimmy Fallon about the Marvel King the Conqueror rumors for Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. Man, I heard the same thing, bro, is what he said. And then, like, literally, like, 4 months later in December, Kevin Feige announced that he was playing it. And so, like, the whole, like, it's the same vibe that you get watching that video. And I called it back then. I could probably go get a screenshot. I called back then that, like, he's going to be Kang. That lie is, you could tell right there he's fucking lying. It's the same thing I got from Andrew Garfield in this interview that he was doing. I think it was at Entertainment Today or something like that. And it just made you go, no, there's no way he's not. He's laughing about it. He's like trying to like hide it. He's gonna be in the film. I can guarantee it. That's a guarantee. I'm clipping it right now. Clipped. He's gonna be in it. What do you guys think? Sorry, I had to take that one over.
Well,
I think there's a good chance.
I'm gonna go find the video for you guys just to prove it even more.
I don't know. We believe you. We're not saying you're crazy or anything. You know, that would be very irresponsible of you. But yeah, it could happen. I believe. I believe he could be in the. Yeah.
No, I think he'll probably be in the movie. I don't know how big of his role he's gonna have.
Yeah.
But it makes sense if they're bringing back Doc Ock and Electro to at least bring back the two Spider-Mans that fought them.
Yeah, 100%. It's the Spider-Man. What's weird too is like it's the second Spider-Man like movies for each villain. Like obviously like Electro, Jamie Foxx was in the second movie. I mean, obviously there was like the whole Sinister Six in that movie, but
Doc Ock,
really. They were trying to set up the Sinister Six with Andrew Garfield.
Well, they kind of teased it all.
And I think this is actually setting up the Sinister Six.
Because they had Rhino appear, they had the Green Goblin, and they had...
No, but they did, but the Green Goblin...
But they had, in the...
I don't even remember.
Well, it was Ravencroft that they had him in, right?
Yeah.
That the dude was walking through, but...
Yeah, the creepy old man.
They showed the Vulture's wings.
Yep, they did.
They showed Doc Ock's tentacles.
Yep.
Like, I think they showed the glider for the Green Goblin or Hobgoblin, however you want to do it.
Yep.
So there's like this movie is more or less probably setting up the Sinister Six in some aspect.
Yeah. But yeah, no. Essentially, the point I was trying to make is that like Electro was the main villain of the second Spider-Man film for Garfield, and then Doc Ock was the main villain for the second Spider-Man from the Raimi trilogy. So
I don't know, that Goblin in that second movie.
I don't know. Doc Ock was like
the Goblin.
Well, I don't know.
That Green Goblin, man, that was so weird. Like
that was the Hobgoblin.
Yeah, but it was mostly
Hobgoblin,
Doc
Green
Ock.
Goblin.
You know, like the Doc Ock was like the big villain of the movie.
Now Yeah.
So, anyways, it's just like it's weird that that's like the parallel they're taking, and I think it's gonna be a bigger point. I don't know. I just see it being a weird coincidence that they pull from the second movie from each, and then like Mysterio's the second villain. Obviously, the Vulture's locked up in prison with Scorpion.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
it just makes sense that they're tying together a Sinister Six. But also, I feel like that, like continuity wise, for like the second film, I don't know. I feel like they're gonna tie it in a weird way, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, we know that Doc Ock is digitally de-aged, so.
yeah. So
Yeah.
it's gonna be like they're gonna like
But I
try
wonder if
and
Toby's
like
digitally de-aged.
probably would be. I mean, I
Yeah,
don't
they
think
have
he
to
looks.
because he is the actor is not. It's not that old, but has gotten a little bit older.
How old does Toby Maguire look right
Toby's
now?
like 40 something,
Oh.
maybe close to pushing 50.
But what is
Yeah.
he? Does he look old?
Oh, I'm talking about Doc Ock. I'm not talking about Toby.
Yeah, no, but like
Oh.
if they were gonna de-age Alfred Molina, they would probably de-age him too.
Probably depends, unless they have other plans.
It doesn't look like he has a ton of updated pictures. It doesn't look like he looks that old though.
Toby is 45.
But like
Oh.
physically, like he doesn't look old.
No, he doesn't. He always looked a little young, but
yeah, which is why he was cast for Peter Parker, kid. And
he looks like a 40-year-old man, though.
Yeah, I guess so.
All right.
Anyways, yeah, who knows how they're gonna do it. So let's jump
They'll
to the
figure
next
something
person
out.
on our list.
So we just did Andrew Garfield.
Yep,
So
Andrew Garfield.
Emma Stone.
Who do I have? Yeah, Emma Stone is actually next on my list. Wow, how did you know? Did I send you pictures of this?
No, it's almost as if you're just going down character lists.
I kind of am a little bit. I'm jumping around actually though. I did jump around. So Emma Stone, do we think that we get Gwen Stacy?
I think, like I said earlier, it's more likely that we get this Gwen Stacy than we do the other Gwen Stacy.
Much.
But I don't think we do.
Well, okay. So this is why I kind of was doing it in order and to like integrate certain points. The reason I put Emma Stone after Andrew Garfield in this whole like second movie thing is if they're gonna do a weird multiverse thing, they break Tom Holland into. I mean, I don't know how much of it is gonna be exploring the multiverse, but if they are exploring the multiverse and they're going into these other characters' second films, they're probably gonna revisit Mysterio
Mm-hmm.
and Jake Gyllenhaal, and they probably will, like go pre Gwen Stacy, pre. I mean, I don't know.
So here's my thought. If we get a Gwen Stacy,
Okay.
we get live action Haley Steinfeld as Gwen Stacy.
Well, I was gonna get to that pretty soon too. Yeah. So how about Haley Steinfeld? What do we think?
If we get a Gwen Stacy, yes.
Haley Steinfeld.
I like the yes.
Okay. Isn't she supposed to play?
Well, I don't think she's cast as anything MCU based. Is she?
I want to say
Don't
she's
think so.
playing. Oh no, that's somebody else. Who's playing Kate Bishop? Isn't it her?
Mm,
Yeah, it's Haley Steinfeld.
It is Haley Steinfeld.
I think so. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. That's why I was like, that'd be kind of weird.
Okay, yeah. So
Yeah.
I guess we wouldn't get her then.
No, yeah, it would make most sense to do Emma Stone, but I do have other like I feel like they could include her as like a cameo as like or like a bystander or something, but like I don't think that they'd waste their time with that. And then it would also be like, is she Kate Bishop in this, or so it would be confusing. So I don't think she's
Yeah.
in it. But I do have other prominent like voice actors in here that like would be funny to see. So before we get there, I have a couple other like people to throw in here. So William Dafoe Green
I
Goblin.
actually think that might be a yes.
I think he is.
Yeah.
I don't know how they're gonna do it because he did die.
Yeah. Well, that's the
But-
thing, is they could go back
Yeah,
with,
before he actually died,
yeah.
and maybe that's how we get Toby as well.
Because when they explain time travel in Endgame, you're traveling back in time, but it's also a different timeline. So I
Yeah.
don't know if they're exploring the multiverse that way, and not through like Doctor Strange and portals or everything, and that comes in later. You know, there's multiple ways they could go about it, but it would make most sense to be like the practical Endgame sort of approach, Tony Stark style, go back in time to these other alternate realities.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't know. It wouldn't make sense to explain it when they look different, and they're not
Yeah.
doppelgangers.
Like
So-
we might get William Dafoe. Like it would. Like if we're getting a Goblin, that's the Goblin that
That's what
would
we're
be.
getting.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I also have. This is another one of those characters that like could play Uncle Ben, Martin Sheen. From I don't know. I don't think they'd want to include him. He was Uncle Ben for Andrew Garfield, but
Oh.
I don't think that would be good.
No, because they're already kind of going with a younger vibe.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
Like for the Aunt May, at least
Yeah.
for this set.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just
I mean,
wouldn't
let's just
make
keep let's just keep Uncle Ben dead.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we don't want to see him die again. Anyways, okay, so then I have
Let's keep him dead. Let's keep.
a couple other people. Donald Glover, but as the
Um,
Prowler.
Yeah, it's the Prowler. Yeah. I don't think they introduced him yet.
Really? Okay, that's fair.
It's
Yeah.
gonna already be a lot of
A lot of people.
to add into this movie.
The reason why I think it's a yes on top of all that is because it's been 5 years.
Maybe. Would he be an anti-hero then? Or anti-villain?
They could do it. An anti-villain kind of. I mean, like he could be.
Because I know
working
they like
for
kind of
something.
set him up as like a little bit of an anti-villain
Mhm.
in Into the Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
And he's, as far as my knowledge goes, he's never technically been a member of the Sinister Six.
No. Well, that's the thing, is he could be part of their team and then turns his back.
But
on
like they already said that there is a Miles in the MCU.
Mm-hmm.
He's not a Spider-Man, but there is a Miles.
Yeah. But they haven't shown they haven't shown who plays as Miles per se. But yeah.
Mm-hmm.
not yet. But
But,
they,
like,
they
Depends how- it
heavily
depends how
influenced
old-
it.
It depends how old that Miles is at that age too.
With the
I
time
just
jump.
feel like it's going to be a lot of characters to try to add into the movie.
Yeah.
I agree.
Like we're already getting Cox, Charlie Cox, so to speak.
Potentially.
Like
I don't even have
potentially.
him on this list.
We have Doctor Strange. We have at least one, if not two, other Spider-Man. Like we have all of the villains that are being brought in, so that's like another 5, in addition to whoever the main villain
Yeah.
for the movie is.
A ton of people.
So that's going to be 6 people.
Yep.
Like
Yeah.
they're probably going to try to introduce another new character in this movie as well,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like,
I would
for
expect.
future continuity.
Who would it be though?
Would it
Yeah.
be like
Who
would it be a
knows?
Spider-Man character, or would it be like
No, it won't be a Spider-Man character. It's going to be somebody who can work as a Spider-Man for the MCU, though.
Yeah.
I got one. Mephisto.
Stop.
Let's go.
This dude.
It's him. It's been
This
all
dude.
along.
This dude. Okay, let me get back to the list, because then this could be actually answer some of our questions maybe. So Jake Gyllenhaal as Mysterio.
I would say maybe like
Dude, like-
post-credit.
We're
Post-credit
at the
scene,
point
maybe.
where we hit so many characters, we're like, we don't even know.
He was so good, though.
I
He
feel like
was,
that
he
he's,
was.
he's back.
It would make sense to bring him back. I don't think they do so soon.
That's fair.
Well, it depends. Like how long does it take for him? Like how long it was? How long has it been since
It's
the events of Far From Home? Per se. Like how long has Peter been hiding per se?
So I'm pretty sure it's only like 2 months after Far From Home as far as timeline wise.
Yeah.
Wow, that's pretty soon.
So that kind of like takes away from the did Spider-Man kill him? I guess that's an easy way to like look, Spider-Man didn't actually kill him.
Yeah.
Like if he's alive.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah,
like
that's actually a good point to bring up. He's dead, you know, like in the MCU continuity, and bringing him back would be. I mean, dude, they could make a really complicated story out of this. Like,
Yeah,
they
but
bring
then it's
back
gonna be like a 6-hour movie.
They bring back a Mysterio
Yeah.
from an alternate timeline and turn him in as this lying, manipulative guy who hasn't even done anything, and he gets locked up, and Spider-Man gets set free. I don't know. Anyways, okay. Then, how do we feel about Robert Downey Jr.?
No.
No, I don't think.
No.
I don't think they have.
No.
They don't.
No.
They don't have the budget to bring him
No.
back. Okay, then we're gonna jump
No,
to.
but sorry,
budget
not
for
even the
whatever they
budget.
want.
No, they
Yeah,
don't.
not even that, but still, like he's already dead, and you know.
They don't
Dude,
have the
if,
budget
like,
for him.
If Amazon can spend $500 million on their making of the Lord of the Rings TV show,
True. That's
like,
true. Okay. Anyways, Jake Johnson, who plays Peter in the Into the Spider-Verse, he's the guy also from New Girl. He's I don't know
so
what his
he's
name is.
Peter B. Parker.
Yeah, Peter B. Parker. He's the one that's fat.
Oh, that's right.
Loser
Wow.
Parker. That's the easiest way to talk
Loser
about
Parker.
it.
Yeah.
Loser Parker.
Yes.
I don't think so.
Okay. Then Neil Patrick Harris. He voiced
Lame.
Spider-Man in the Ultimate Spider-Man. And this would be one that's literally he's just there as a joke. He's there for comedic
No.
relief and is a
No.
teacher or something.
No, that's
Like-
a far fetch, bro.
Dude,
If they
that'd
bring
be
him in,
so
it's
good.
just going to be like a secondary role. Like maybe
Yeah.
he's
He could be a teacher, literally.
a teacher or a lawyer.
Okay. Yeah, either one.
Yeah.
Okay, then Drake Bell, who's the most recent voice of Spider-Man. I
No.
don't think so. Nah, I
Drake
just
Bell,
like
no.
Drake Bell.
I mean, maybe because of his Disney tie-ins, but like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
he does have that tie-in, but I don't think he's gonna be there. I just like Drake Bell. I want to put him on
or was
the
he
list.
Nickelodeon? Was he Disney or Nickelodeon?
Nickelodeon.
He was
Nickelodeon.
no, he was
Drake
a
Bell
Disney.
was-
It's like the
Oh, he-
Disney XD or whatever. He's
Okay.
Yeah,
Ultimate
but he's-
Spider-Man. He was.
Yeah, but he
wasn't
started out-
Nickel-
he's-
yeah, he was Nickelodeon.
He started out in Nickelodeon.
Yeah, you're
yeah.
right.
Amanda Bynes with then Drake and Josh.
Dude, I love that guy. Anyways, okay. So then, Elia Baskin. Give me my
Who is
rent.
that
Give me-
Oh,
Oh,
he's been seen on the set or whatever. Or he has like a gun on some set somewhere. I just think that'd be funny to have him.
I mean, look,
villain.
I wouldn't mind, but yeah, but
Like
you,
a- like
you
a
have to understand that
sub-villain?
he's yeah,
Like
but
a
these guys are gonna have like
henchman?
at least small cameos, like small mini cameos. You can't give.
Yeah, no, it's just literally for callbacks. Like it's anything that they did in Endgame, but Spider-Man across Raimi's trilogy, Andrew Garfield's two movies, and the first two movies, just like callbacks for days in this Spider-Man 3.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know.
but they can't fit. And callbacks is nice, but they won't be able to fit the whole thing as well. Per
It's a
se.
5-hour
Depend-
movie.
Yeah, 5 hour move my ass.
Because it's the
That's that.
Snyder cut of Spider-Man. Okay, and then the last casting I have on here is actually really big. I don't know how we didn't cover this one yet. I saved it for last because it's so big. The swinging Spider-Man prop.
yeah.
You guys know what I'm talking
why not?
about, right?
We'll probably see it.
No, it's literally like a fake Spider-Man that like Kirsten Dunst hung on to, and it was like it's not moving at all. Like you can tell it's just a dummy, and she's like
We'll probably
like
see it.
swinging through and like. No, we won't.
I think we will. I'm going hard on this one. We're gonna see
Yes,
it.
we're gonna see the swinging Spider-Man prop. No, they
Yep.
do. They won't do that. Anyways, okay.
It's just gonna be in a shop window though.
Probably. It
It's
could
like
be.
it's a Spider-Man prop
It-
in a window. It's like, hey,
Yeah.
get your Spider-Man gear.
Yep.
Oh God, that'd be terrible.
You didn't say John Mulaney.
I
What
did
the heck,
not.
man?
I did not say John Mulaney because we're not going to see.
We're not
Peter
going to see
Porker.
Spider-Ham.
We're not going to see Peter Porker. I'm sorry.
Well,
Anyways.
we're also not going to see John Mulaney in the MCU because of his drug addictions.
He has drug addictions?
Yep.
Yeah, he just went back to rehab recently.
Oh, that's unfortunate. I didn't know that.
That's how Hollywood gets you, bro.
I mean, I'm sure he had it before.
That's how Hollywood gets you, bro.
Yeah, so I do love me some John Mulaney though.
Yeah, it would be nice.
That's sad. He's a funny dude. No, it doesn't look like he went to. It says John Mulaney's wife went to rehab amid his
It was John Mulaney's wife.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh.
Oh, also went to rehab around the same time last year. So he did also, it looks like, actually. Her estranged husband of 6 years
There's no
went
saying
into
bitches be
rehab.
crazy.
He was like cheating on her apparently. Like he went into rehab for 60 days for alcohol and drug addiction. That sucks. Damn.
Yeah, I think it was heroin.
Fuck. Well, that's not the news I wanted to hear today. Anyways, fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Big news, guys. Big news.
Great.
A long time ago. So big news.
That's sad. Okay. Well, let's lighten this mood a little bit in honor of Mulaney and do our favorite Spider-Man meme. And so we have a couple. We're gonna rank a couple options here. We have 5 memes here that we're gonna rank from 1 to 5, and they are the pointing meme. The Spider-Man's pointing at each other, which is very relevant to the multiverse. And then rent. Give me my rent. I'll give you your rent when you fix this goddamn door. Pizza time, which is a great video. If you haven't seen it, we'll link it in the description. And then the Catching Gwen meme from The Amazing Spider-Man, and then the Miles learning from Peter from Into the Spider-Verse. So I have my number one. I think all our lists are going to be a little bit different. We can kind of come up with a collective list here if you would like. Since we don't have the time to do all the math and the ranking.
Yeah.
But
I mean, the most iconic one is the pointing meme.
Yeah, I think that's got to be an actual number one. My favorite's the Pizza Time, personally.
Pizza
Time. That's because
I'll go with that as number 2.
But that's my number one.
No, actually, I'll put that as number 3 for me because I like the Spider Gwen one, the Gwen catching one. This is number 2.
Yeah, like they have the one where like all the glass is like falling with her, and they have like all like their responsibilities.
Yep.
Or like all the things that like are keeping them from succeeding, and then like my grades is Emma Stone. My grades just get fucked. Anyways, those memes are pretty funny. So we have 1 is the pointing meme. 2 is, what do we think? Is it Catching Gwen or? I like the Miles Morales.
Yeah, probably the Miles one.
That one's probably the
second
most popular.
I will go with the Catching Gwen one for me.
That's like my favorite Spider-Man movie now, though. Like, Enter the Spider-Verse. So like, really I'm pretty partial with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that as well. It was a good movie.
Well, he's just like copying him. He's like, follow my lead, and then he just copies him the rest of the time, and then they sit down and like, all right, let's think about it, and they both just do the. It's pretty funny scene, and it's a very good meme. I've seen a lot of good memes come from that. So I think that we're gonna just have to go based on relevance actually for our list. That just makes the most sense. So that's 1, 2. Gwen is probably 3, and then I don't know, the rent and Pizza Time.
Rent 4, and then Pizza Time is 5.
Yeah, I don't think a lot of people know about Pizza Time.
Yeah, no.
But it's such a good meme. I
mean, it's not even really a meme. It's just a video.
Yeah.
It's so fucked up though. It's so funny.
It is, but
All right, fine. We'll put it at 5. It's fine. I don't mind. It'll get its revenge someday. We just promoted it, so that's all I can.
Well, you promoted it.
Yes, I did.
Well, like you said, you should put it in the description.
Yes.
But we put all the memes in the description for everyone.
Yeah,
or superimpose them on the screen, like in like one of the little black spots or something.
We do.
Whoa, I'm kidding.
Anyways,
No, but yeah.
okay, so then let's jump over to the DC universe because we didn't talk a ton of multiverse stuff for Doctor Strange, but I think that's got to be its whole video because there's actually a ton of stuff that came out on that. So we're gonna have a video on Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness here soon, and then also Thor: Love and Thunder is something else we got to work on here.
There's so much information on those two movies that came out.
There's so much news.
Did we want to talk about our potential what we see from the trailer before we move on too far?
Yes. We should do that. We should discuss right before we switch over to DC. There's actually supposedly going to be a trailer for Spider-Man on June 1st. We saw the Shang-Chi trailer drop on Simu. How do you say his name? I'm gonna mess it up. Simu Lee.
So let me look. Simu Liu.
Simu Liu. Okay, Simu Liu, who plays Shang-Chi. He on his birthday they dropped a trailer for his movie, and time frame wise it makes a lot of sense that they might drop the Spider-Man No Way Home trailer corresponding on Tom Holland's birthday, which is June 1st. And since his movie's gonna, they dropped it, and then the movie comes out. Oh, my wolf just disconnected. Oops. The movie comes out in December, and then they dropped the trailer for Shang-Chi last month, and then the movie comes out August. So timeline for how when the trailer drops to when the movie is about the same. And so
is it
it's 6 months out.
Shang-Chi then No Way Home?
Yeah, Shang-Chi Eternals then No Way Home.
Oh, okay. I thought there was Eternals.
Yeah, Eternals.
Eternals should be in November. Eternals should be in November, I believe.
Yeah, so it makes sense.
No Way Home. No Way Home is at the end of the year. It's around December.
We got our first Eternals trailer this month, at the beginning of this month-ish, and it comes out in November. It was kind of
was it a teaser?
Yeah,
I think it was a teaser.
Yeah, it was a teaser.
We didn't get a teaser at all for Shang-Chi. We just got a trailer out the gate. So
yeah, so we got a trailer, and then we got a teaser of Eternals. So I imagine we'll probably get a Eternals trailer fairly soon here too.
Yeah, probably around maybe August.
Probably before the end of the month, we'll get the full trailer for Eternals, and then it would make sense that June 1st is only 3 weeks. 2
Well,
weeks
there's just
away.
so much more hype on the Spider-Man movie than there is the Eternal one.
Yeah.
So it kind of makes sense that they're trying to put more hype on it.
And the teaser, the teaser doesn't they don't have to drop a full trailer in order for the movies. If they want.
I think we'll probably just see a teaser on Spider-Man or on Tom Holland's birthday.
That would be fair. And then
a 1 minute teaser.
Yeah.
Overall, I think we should see maybe at least two trailers from.
Because the Eternals trailer, the Eternals teaser was no longer than 45 seconds, wasn't it?
Overall, the whole thing was about 45 seconds for the Eternals.
Yeah.
Because they actually put quite a bit of different other things in it as well.
Yeah, they were piecing together a ton of stuff. So I don't know how many of these videos are there's the whole celebrate the movies is 3 minutes video, and 45 seconds of that 3 minutes is probably 30 to 45 seconds is Eternals stuff. So there's Black Widow stuff in there. There's stuff
Wakanda
from
2 or Wakanda Forever.
Yeah, there's. They just plugged all their movies at the end. So I don't know. It makes sense that they might just do a teaser on that day. And then we see a full Eternals trailer by the end of June, and then end of July we see the first actual official trailer for Spider-Man No Way Home.
It just doesn't really make sense for them to put out a trailer for Spider-Man No Way Home without having an official first trailer of the Eternals.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too.
So
I just didn't realize that. That was. I guess I did, but I just didn't think about it enough. That it was only a teaser and not the full trailer. So.
Yeah, but also Spider-Man does sell, so who knows how well the Eternals movie's gonna do though.
I think that'll do really good.
The Eternals is gonna do really good because they have Kit Harington in it.
Yeah. Anyways,
everybody loves some Kit Harington.
That is true. So anyways, let's jump over to the DC side of things for the last little bit of the podcast here.
Yep, let's do it, boys.
We are going to see probably a multiverse, and it's actually already confirmed that these separate movies happen in different universes for the Joker and the Batman than the rest of the DCEU, and technically that Zack Snyder's Justice League is non-canon, which some news this week from a buyout might change that completely. So let's first start with that because Warner Brothers and HBO were just bought out by Discovery. They bought them from AT&T, and the head of Warner Brothers is leaving. I don't know his name. Screw him, because he's shut down the Snyder Cut, and then now is trying to shut down the Snyderverse. But it seems like there's a better chance now that we could get the full Snyderverse, and that obviously they're gonna have to tie in a full multiverse into this with the Flash, and it'll happen through the Flashpoint movie. So, obviously the biggest indicator of that is that Michael Keaton's coming back to play Batman, and so there's no doubt in my mind that there will be a multiverse. But what is that gonna look like? Is what we're gonna talk about a little bit.
Okay.
So I feel like the way that they're going to probably do it is when he's running through the time stream. That's what it is, right?
Yeah.
Time stream?
The Speed
Time
Force.
Force. Speed Force. When he's running through the Speed Force, they're just going to show, like, blips of different things. So, like, in one bit, it will show, like, the Teen Titans go. And another thing, it will show the Teen Titans. And then another thing will show the Titans, and then it will show like the TV show like Green Arrow, like, and all those kinds of things. I feel like it's gonna do that, and then the most important ones they'll actually actually hit on. So like Michael Keaton, he's gonna come back as Batman. We know that, or as Batman, not the Batman, because Robert Pattinson is the Batman.
Robert Pattinson is the Batman. It's different.
They're different. They are actually different.
It is very different, actually.
But different world, though. Not the modern world.
Yeah. So, one thing that I want to... obviously, we were joking earlier about Earth 616 and 617. Like, in DC, Earth Prime or Earth 1 sometimes is the, like, main continuity, and then Earth 2 is, like, an inverse of that, where everybody's evil. And then you get like 3, 4, 5, so on and so forth, and then like you get Earth 19, where it just gets weird. So there's plenty of room for different stories, and like the Batman is like specifically like a darker version of Batman. It's a different Bruce Wayne, than Earth 1. So I don't know if they're going to do it. Because obviously Earth 2 is Owlman, so like I don't think that they're gonna do that. Like Earth 2 is like, oh, the Batman is the Earth 2 version. Like they'll probably Earth 3, 4, 5, whatever. But they're probably going to do. I mean, I don't even know. Like they could do a lot. They could set up a lot. They can tease a lot. They can integrate a lot. I do agree that they're going to do... We've seen it happen in The Flash multiple times as Barry's running through the Speed Force. Like, see those little visions pop up as he's running past certain memories or things that'll happen in his future past. He's able to just travel to any of them instantly that he wants to. We're going to see something like that happen with Ezra Miller. He's not going to know what's going on. It's the fastest he's ever had to go for some reason. And it's because of Flashpoint and, things... I mean... We have no idea. There's almost no leaks on what's going to happen in the Flashpoint movie. It's also scheduled for 2022, so it's still far out.
They're probably going to start filming pretty soon as well.
Yeah,
from what I heard.
It's been rewritten and changed directors, and actors have stepped out of roles like 6-7 times. But I would assume that they're probably going to do something along the lines of the Flashpoint movie. The animated one where Wonder Woman kills Aquaman and it's the Atlanteans versus the Amazonians, and
that's
like
the Flashpoint.
and Barry's traveled. Oh God, what did you just get?
You referenced the Flashpoint like animated movie, and it just reminded me
Yeah.
of the stupid scene.
Oh, which one?
The dubbed over was like, it was
Oh.
me, Barry.
Oh yeah.
It was me, Barry. I jerked you off at light speed. Oh
Yeah.
God,
Yeah.
you motherfucker. That movie's so good, and that scene is so funny. Ah, God.
But that's connected to another movie as well in the anime series. The
Oh,
anime series,
their
the
animated
DC
series is
animation
very,
is so connected right now
yeah,
with
it's
everything
very
that's going on.
intensive. But I think that they do something similar to that storyline. Um, it would be really cool to see it at least. And then, because I mean, they have the actors in place to do that. They have Gal Gadot,
Yeah.
they have Jason Momoa, and they're not cast in the movie, but they could easily. I mean, like, I don't know how many movies they have in their contracts, but I would hope that they could do something
right
similar.
now we haven't seen. Right now there's only been one Aquaman movie
There's
per
a
se.
second one that's already scheduled. And,
Yeah.
And there's two Wonder Woman films.
Yeah. Then we got Wonder Woman 84.
Yep.
That's the second one already. So who knows?
Yeah, I just feel like that it would be a better film and project to have all those actors there and be like, hey, this is this universe, and then now he's gonna go over here to Michael Keaton's Batman, and it's gonna be completely different universe. None of those characters are here, and separate it and make it like a clear distinction. Hey, he's in a different universe or different world right now. He's on a different timeline, and then he ultimately comes back with a letter from, you know. I mean, I would assume that they're gonna make.
I wonder if it's a future Flash. So they're even setting up even more of the Snyderverse with it, and that's why there's been so many recasts and stuff, and like recuts and like
it would make
rewrites.
sense. I mean,
especially since like the Justice League movie did so well, like the Snyder cut.
Yeah.
So we see like the aftermath of like them failing again.
Oh.
And that's why Barry's like, okay, I gotta go rewind everything.
Yeah.
That gives that would make a very good. They have the opportunity to do that now because the Snyder cut has done so well.
Yeah.
That they could be like
that final scene.
That final scene from the Snyder cut when Superman comes down, he's like, Barry, you gotta run, and then Barry darts off. Start of the Flashpoint.
Yeah.
Movie.
Yeah,
well, not even that. I'm thinking after that they actually fail doing what they're trying to do, and then so Barry has to.
Either Batman tells them saying, Barry, get out of here, and go back in time and whatever.
Barry, run.
Yeah, or something like that, like run, Barry, run, like that.
Yep.
That's when he runs, because
Yeah. Yeah, it would be cool to see Superman kick their ass. I feel like
the start of the movie is Superman kicking their ass, right?
Chases Flash
and
down.
then like Barry's like running, and like Superman's running after him, and then so he has to like
send it
run even faster
and he has
to get
that
away.
suit on purposely to get away. Yeah, I
Yeah.
can see it.
I can see something like that, but I feel like Batman's gonna try to save him per se, not like save him, but like try to slow down Superman a little bit, and then Batman's gonna die there, and then that's when
Batman will die in that.
Batman died, and that's what gives Barry the chance to escape from Superman from that timeline.
Yeah,
and go back.
So I feel like that would be a really easy way to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
and
they
connect
have to...
the Snyderverse, like connect the. And there's a reason why you don't see Aquaman, and a reason why you don't see Gal Gadot.
They have to. Here's how they do it. Here's how they do it, actually, because this is something I talked about a little bit when me and William did the Justice League video. Is like we were hoping that we see the Flashpoint or the Flash scene in the Batcave where he goes back to see Bruce. We see him run back in time, and then go, "It's all about Lois Lane." He's like, "I went too far, didn't I?" And then he goes to try another, and then he ends up finding Michael Keaton.
Yeah.
That's how it happens.
And he went too far.
He went too far into the future, or he tried to go to the past, and he got a very young Bruce Wayne from the Joker.
Yeah.
And then he goes, something like that would be crazy.
Well, if they I wonder if the Michael Keaton that they do is going to be the Frank Miller Michael Keaton.
Yeah, I don't
where
know.
it's like the Dark Knight.
Yeah. because I would say that it's probably not going to be like true to the Flashpoint like animated version because they don't have like
No.
Jeffrey Dean Morgan playing
Yeah.
Thomas Wayne as an
Yeah.
older Batman, unless they do somehow they do that somehow.
Well, it depends where they go from. Like, I mean, yes, the main idea for them has to be the Flashpoint, pretty much.
Yeah.
But at least if it's gonna be the first one, they have to at least do a mini introduction to it, and at least give us more of an intro to who the Flash is in his own movie, pretty much.
Yeah.
Before we go on time travel and all that
That's true.
multiverse stuff. You know?
That's true. I mean, like, who knows how much of it's gonna really be Flashpoint storyline and multiverse and multiple timelines.
And also how well they're gonna do this right. Because if they do this right, then okay, good, we'll give them the thumbs up. But if they do this wrong, then it's just gonna be another shitstorm for Warner Bros. And DC saying they cannot make good DC movies per se.
Yeah, that would be bad.
Well,
let's hope that's
let's
not
just
the case.
bring back Zack Snyder to direct it.
Yep, really. Honestly, that's dude.
They could. I mean, they might as well. I mean,
So that's what I'm so hopeful for with this Discovery buyout is that like we actually get the full Snyderverse and we get the Justice League 2, Man of Steel 2, and then Justice League 3.
Also, even if this buyout does happen or does not happen, I don't think it does make a full change per se. Because sometimes when they buy someone else, they let the other guy still be in charge of the same brand.
Well, I think that like what makes it most likely that is the head of Warner Brothers is stepping down and other executives are choosing to step down immediately. Like because there's been these ongoing investigations of racial prejudice even against Ray Fisher, and then like Gal Gadot just spoke out about how Joss Whedon threatened her career. And I mean, it's not just Joss Whedon, it's who is telling Joss Whedon to do this stuff. And it's gonna trace back to the head of Warner Brothers, and that's why he's leaving to minimize, I mean that's a shitty way to think about it. Yeah. And so I feel like, I mean, like, it's not that they're like trying to avoid it and duck the damages that were done, but like they know that like, hey, look, this is probably not going to run the same way. We don't have the same sort of protections that we did under AT&T, and or that they might not have that same protection. They could get it, but it's not guaranteed anymore. So
correct.
AT&T is not covering their backs anymore. They have somebody else doing it, and so they're like, we don't really know these people. We haven't worked with them. We don't know if we can
trust them, or whatever.
It's like if a manager came in that like I didn't trust to my job, and then my other managers left, and I was like, man, I don't know if I can anyways, I'm getting too far ahead of myself in there. So yeah, there's so much that we could see in the Flashpoint movie. It's incredible.
That's the problem with like the multiverse movies.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
is like we're already seeing this with Enter the Spider-Man and just like Spider-Man 3. We're already seeing these issues with multiverses.
There's so much potential, but also like
there's so much potential. But how they're gonna fit all in one movie? You can't fit everyone, and you can't make every one of these small cameos happen.
Absolutely not. They did it really well in Crisis on Infinite Earths on the Arrow show. I mean, they didn't get everybody.
They did. They didn't get everyone, but they did like what? 4-part or 5-part?
They made it a 5-part, like 5 hours of
one
television.
episode per show, right?
Yeah, one episode per show. So Arrow, Flash, Supergirl, Legends of Tomorrow, Black Lightning.
Yep. Oh yeah, Black Lightning. Oh my God, don't remind me of that show.
I haven't watched much Black Lightning. I haven't watched much Supergirl since season 3. So,
there's also Stargirl, which I heard is doing really well.
Yeah. I haven't seen that at all. I've been slacking.
I haven't seen it, but
ever since Mel left, I just kind of was like, I don't know, man. I'm slacking.
Yeah. Speaking of all the CW verse, we have to talk about somewhere in the future about what the hell's going on with the Flash.
Yeah.
With the
There's
Flash
some crazy stuff going on in that show. So,
dude, like everybody's leaving.
Yeah, everyone's leaving.
It is.
They're trying
it's just gonna be Barry Allen left.
Well, they're trying to bring in they're trying to bring back Jessica Parker. What's her middle? She has a 3-part name. I don't know. Jessica something Parker as XS, and they're bringing in Jordan Fisher currently to play Impulse, Bart Allen. So I don't know if they're gonna try and like keep them on and run with those characters. I don't know.
Well, I don't know, but I think they're
Is
going
it
with
Jessica Parker Kennedy?
Oh yeah, Jessica Parker Kennedy. I didn't know the last part. I thought it was something in the middle of Jessica and Parker, but
Oh yeah, she played as Nora, right?
yeah,
She
she
was
played
Nora,
Nora.
right? Okay. Oh yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing her back, but yeah, like either way, like not for nothing, but like this all this started when they all let go of the actor that played Ralph Digney, and Donald began to feel everyone started leaving
Everyone's
little by
gone.
little.
Yep. No, it. I mean, like they've also been on the air for 8 seasons. It's coming up on
7.
9.
It's hard to
It's
keep things going that long.
Yeah.
yeah.
Like even the Supernatural
Yeah.
boys had a hard time after like season 6.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it.
Like they started going off doing their own movies.
Yep.
None of them
Mhm.
really did anything beyond just being kind of eh.
No.
Yeah.
So then they were like, well, let's just kind of try to make this work.
Mhm. All right. Do we have anything else to talk about before we end today's podcast?
I don't think so. I think one thing we should figure out probably after the episode is there's a lot of other shows out there right now. If you guys specifically want us to watch like Jupiter's Legacy or Invincible, 2 series that I'm probably going to be watching here soon. You want to see us do
I'm gonna
videos?
start watching The Boys.
Yeah, and The Boys. So those are
The
3
Boys.
series that we can cover. If there's anything in particular you want to see us do on those 3 shows, let us know in the comments. Like and subscribe, obviously, as always. We really appreciate it.
And comment.
And comment because we read them all. Yeah. And yeah, we'll see you next week. And yeah, I don't think there's anything else. Peace, guys.
No. Later.